Hello everyone. Excellent evening everyone. Well, welcome to this evening's broadcast. How are we? I hope we're doing great. We're highly welcome to this evening's broadcast as we look at today how to control type 1 diabetes. Of course, we know that throughout this month we have been talking about diabetes. So today we are looking at how to control type 1 diabetes. You will just permit me to share on my page and then we get going today, okay? Let me quickly share this on my pages and then we get going today as we look at how we can control type 1 diabetes. And if you've joined me, you can just, of course, as usual, click on the comment section, make your comment, and then I can welcome you to this evening's broadcast. Welcome to every one of us. Some of you will just watch and you don't usually talk. Let's try to be greeting so that you can actually also encourage me. So we're highly welcome. Rita, you're welcome. Hello Rita, I can see Rita online. You're welcome to this evening's broadcast. Welcome. Today we're looking at how to control type 1 diabetes. And like we all know, this week we have been looking at, this month, generally, we have been looking at type diabetes as a whole, how we can control the foods to eat, the exercises to do, and all that concerning diabetes. So today we are actually emphasizing on type 1 diabetes. So as I share this on my page, you can go ahead and also share on your pages so that we can get going today. Hello Rita, hello Ume, you're welcome to this evening's broadcast. Welcome Grace. Grace is one of my regular fans on this page. You're welcome to this evening's broadcast. As I go ahead to share, please kindly share with everyone also on your pages and share with people who are your friends so that we can pass across this message, so that we can actually help one another. You find out some people having issues, they don't know what to do about it, and these things are what we know. So I advise people to share with others. If you have information, make sure people also have that information, and that's why I always go on my page to make sure that I share information with people, because information can actually bring some kinds of healing. Information is power also. It can help a lot of people with a number of things they don't know. Just like one woman was telling me, she was going through a lot. She didn't even know that what she was going through had solution until she came across my page. Hello Princess, you're welcome to this evening's broadcast. Until she came across my page and she was able to get enough information of all the things that was worrying her, and she got free. So it's important that we share. So as I'm sharing this on my pages, as I'm sharing with my friends, kindly just hit that share button and also share with other people so that we can touch lives. It's always good for us to touch lives. I want to see those who are talking. Okay. Hello, Team 1, you're welcome. Greetings to you from Cameroon. Oh, wow. Welcome from Cameroon, Team 1. You're welcome. I'm glad to have you on my page and during this video to watch live with every one of us. So you're welcome. Yes, Dickness Dorcas, yes. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Thank you for that prayer. I deeply appreciate that. I'm really grateful. All right, so let's get going today, because we're not going to take a lot of time today, so that I can take your questions today if you have any questions. So I'll be able to take your questions today. We're looking at how to control type 1 diabetes. This month we have been looking at diabetes. Hello, Mercy Ebere, you're welcome. We have been looking at diabetes, and we said there are 4 types of diabetes. We have type 1 diabetes, pre-diabetes first of all, borderline of diabetes. You're really having high sugar but not diabetes. That's pre-diabetes. Then we have type 1 diabetes, which we are dealing with today. We have been handling type 2 diabetes because that's the one that many people have. about they say about 91% of the people that they will say will have diabetes are actually having type 2 diabetes. So we've taken a lot of time. Go down my page, you watch a lot we've done on type 2 diabetes, causes, symptoms, remedies, and we've talked about, you know, how to control your sugar level, supplements, foods that you need to control that, habits, tips that you need, lifestyle changes that you need to control type 2 diabetes. So today we are looking at type 1 diabetes. So we have type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, and gestational diabetes. Okay, so actually today we are looking at type 1 diabetes. So type 1 diabetes, you know, sometimes they call it juvenile diabetes or type 1 diabetes mellitus. You know, it's a chronic autoimmune condition. Remember when we're talking about type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, we said you can control it. It happens at older age because it has a lot to do with sugar level. It has a lot to do with your habits. It has a lot to do with your lifestyle. But you know, type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune condition, just like a rheumatoid arthritis is an autoimmune disease that I always tell us about. You know, so it's a condition where your pancreas produces little or no insulin at all. Of course, we know that insulin is the crucial hormone that helps convert glucose in your bloodstream into fuel. That's what insulin does. It's a hormone that converts, you know, the glucose in your bloodstream into fuel that your body can use. Hello, welcome, Mercy Ebere. You're welcome, Florence. We're all welcome to this evening's broadcast. So after digesting a meal, what happens is that our bodies take the carbohydrates from our food and then convert them into glucose, okay? And then the glucose will now travel through your bloodstream into your cells, okay? And our cells will then use the glucose as fuel to power everything that we do. So that's how it works. You digest a meal, then your body now takes the carbohydrates from your food and then converts it into glucose, and then the glucose will now travel in your bloodstreams, you know, into your cell. So that's what happens. So insulin actually works like a key for the glucose to unlock the cells so that the glucose can enter the cells. So without insulin, our bodies can't function. That's the truth. Without insulin, our bodies can't function because the glucose remains locked out from our system. So as a result, the glucose will then from food will now accumulate in your bloodstreams, you know, your bloodstream. So when it accumulates in your bloodstream, the too much accumulation of that glucose can now lead to a rise in your blood sugar, which will then cause diabetes. Okay, so it's either causing type 1 or type 2 diabetes depending on what is making that insulin not to work. So I said that for type 1 diabetes, it's actually an autoimmune disease. We're going to be talking so much about it today anyway. So Miss Sambalogo, good evening. You're welcome, ma. Akenzwa, good evening. Oh, it's the first time for Idusoge Akenzwa. Can we welcome her to this evening's broadcast? You're welcome. You're highly welcome to Aging with Grace business page. It's a page where we teach you how you stay healthy. It's a page where we teach you how you use natural things you find around you to stay healthy. And we give you a lot of health information, a lot of wellness information, how you can actually do what the page is talking about, anti-age, okay? It's actually an anti-age system. So it actually helps you not to grow old very early. All right, so you're welcome, Caroline. Thank you, Stella. Thank you, Oma. Good evening, Angie. We are all welcome to this evening's broadcast. I wanted to open it. It was so cold. I'm in Jaws. It was so cold. I closed all the windows. Now I'm beginning to sweat a bit. I put up all the AC. So I'm opening my window gradually to get the fresh air. It's so fresh. Oh, Angie, thank you. It's so fresh and it's looking good. So there are just 4 quick facts, you know, I want us to know about type 1 diabetes. Fact number one is that type 1 diabetes affects about maybe like 1.6 million people in the United States alone. So it's not as high as type 2 diabetes, but you can then use it to measure how much people it affects all over the world. Okay, then type 1 diabetes can be triggered by any virus, including common cold. Common cold can trigger type 1 diabetes. And then most people with type 1 diabetes are usually, especially children, they don't usually know, because children will not be able to tell you, oh, I'm doing be able to describe some of the symptoms to you. So it's usually at the emergency ward that they usually note the children who have type 1 diabetes, and also many people who have type 1 diabetes. And people who have type 1 diabetes require insulin. Like when I'm handling people with type 1 diabetes and they say, oh, can it be reversed? Can I stop? I'll just tell them, you know what? You will just manage it all life. There are some truths that you need to know so that it can help you. For type 1 diabetes, you need to manage it through life. You have to use your insulin. You have to use your supplements. You have to stay under your lifestyle changes that can help you stay healthy. So that's the facts you need to know. You must remain in your insulin while you use other things, because actually some people, their bodies are not even producing insulin at all, or very insignificant levels. So some foods can help you, some supplements can help you, but you just need to keep watching yourself and keep using your insulin. So let's look at causes of type 1 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes can be any can be caused by any kind of illness, including common cold. Like I told us, common cold can trigger off type 1 diabetes. Hello, Obioka, for your welcome, Estairo. Welcome, Florence and Folabi. I can see a lot of our regular fans and regular followers of Aging with Grace. So viral infection, there are two major causes of type 1 diabetes. The first is viral infection. The second is injury to or removal of the pancreas entirely. But the viral infection is the major cause, while the removal of the pancreas or having injury on the pancreas is just very minute. Researchers believe actually that type 1 diabetes can be triggered by a virus such as common cold or flu. And that's why it's very important, especially for our children, that we keep them safe from cold. Please cover your children during harmattan. For those of you who are in the winter, make sure you cover your children very well and you stay covered very well. If actually type 1 diabetes, even though researchers haven't really discovered the full cause to actually say this is it, but they have a lot of findings and a lot of facts on the fact that it can be triggered by cold. So why don't you stay away from cold? Why don't you stay away from flu? Why don't you then start preventing it? Okay, I know that naturally you can't actually prevent it if it has come up and if it has already come out from cold, but you can prevent cold. You can prevent flu. Of course, we all know, if you stay warm, if you take your supplements, there's one supplement I always recommend. Now, it's very, very powerful that we're not supposed to take it all through the year. But what I usually do for my children, especially those in the school, I give them our immune blend. I don't have it here because I take it only twice a year, just before harmattan, because that's the one that affects me. Cold doesn't really, rainy season doesn't really affect me because I actually love cold. So I don't have any bottle of it. So of course, I'm in Jos now and I traveled. I'm not at home, so I won't be able to show it to you. But anyway, immune blend. Once it's getting to cold harmattan season, or if we're traveling, in fact, if we're traveling during harmattan, it's always with me and my husband. So we take it throughout that trip so that we can prevent cold. And then absorbency is another of our products that is very, very good that you can take if you're having absorbency. It's the good thing about absorbency is that it has oats in it. I love it a lot. It has an oat bran in it, so it actually also helps for it to go into your bloodstream very well. These are vitamin C and it's very lovely. One of the days I'm going to do experiment to show you how powerful this antioxidant can be. This absorbency. So frequently type 1 diabetes comes on in the weeks following a viral infection. So if one has had a viral infection, after some weeks, then the person can actually develop type 1 diabetes, like viral infection like mumps, rubella, cytomegalovirus, measles, influenza, polio. They can actually, after having this, it can lead to type 1 diabetes. So that's why it's important for you to actually stay away from these viruses as much as possible by covering yourself, preparing yourself, preventing them. And I've already recommended Blend, garlic thyme. If you have a lot of garlic, if you have a lot of garlic, you take them at this period. So we also have our garlic thyme supplement that you can use to supplement to prevent cold, and then to make sure your cold doesn't have that secondary infection, which could also lead to diabetes. Okay. Then, like I said, another thing that could cause type 1 diabetes is injury to or removal of your pancreas. But this is very rare, very, very rare. Type 1 diabetes can be triggered by that injury or trauma on your pancreas, but it's very, very rare. And of course, people who have their pancreas removed through surgical means, it will naturally lead to them having type 1 diabetes. So, like I said, prevention is better than care. Try to prevent cold, try to prevent flu, try to prevent mumps, try to prevent all those viral infections, through other means you can use to help yourself. Hello, Florence Afolabi. Yeah, we need to be safe if we need to actually be safe. Hello, Jen Destiny, you're welcome to this evening's broadcast. Okay, so what are the common symptoms of untreated or unmanaged type 1 diabetes? If you don't treat it, if you don't manage it, it can cause excessive thirst. You will feel thirsty many times. It can increase your urination. You have frequent urination. Then we have an unexplained weight loss. You will just have an unexplained weight loss. You won't know what is happening to you, but you're losing weight. Then it can also, some of the symptoms also include headache, dehydration, irritability, mood swings, increased appetite. You will eat, and you find out you're not actually adding weight no matter what you're eating. Then fatigue is another symptom. Then disruption of your menstrual cycle and miscarriages in adults. People who have type 1 diabetes might find it difficult to take in and also have some kind of miscarriages. The men will have sexual dysfunction, and then people can easily develop yeast infection, and then waking up in the middle of the night to urinate, frequent urination, like I said. Then if it's now heavy, the symptoms, if it's very much, the symptoms can include nausea. You feel nauseatic. Then you can have diarrhea, and then the person can actually vomit. Hello, Chinyere, you're welcome. Welcome, Ayodeji Bolanle. So these are the symptoms. So you need to watch it. And remember, sometimes you can have type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes without knowing it. Like I said, some people don't know until it becomes an emergency case. And that's why you need to actually stay away from some of the things that causes them. Watch your body. Like I always say, your body speaks to you. So you need to watch your body. I'll run through the symptoms again so we can watch it. Excessive thirst. If you find out you're getting over thirsty, if it's not hot season or anything you've eaten, you need to watch it. Increase urination. Weight loss is one of it. If you have unexplained weight loss, dehydration, irritability, mood swings, increased appetite, disruption of your menstrual cycle, yeast infection, and then waking up a lot in the night to urinate. That could all be it. Nauseatic, if you're feeling nauseatic, having diarrhea, and then sometimes, some kind of vomiting, okay? And then blood vision, it's a sign that your diabetes isn't under control when you're having blood vision. When blood sugar levels are high for a long time, then water is pulled into the lens, causing it to swell, and that could cause blood vision, And then, of course, if you're having like fruity breath, if your breath smells similarly to acetone, it may be a sign of high level of ketones in your blood, and that could actually mean that you're having type 1 diabetes. All right. Hello, Esther Samuel. You're welcome. Welcome, Blessing. Welcome, Chinyere, to this evening's broadcast. So we've looked at, like, I'm rushing today where I am. I told us I've traveled. I'm in Jos. I'm not at home, so I can't really control the weather. I'm just facing the sun to make sure you see me well and you hear me well. But I'm really enjoying Jos. The weather is almost, if it's almost like UK, your autumn. Yeah. It's like UK in autumn now in Jos. Hello, IJ Chides, you're welcome. All right, so prevention of type 1 diabetes, like I said, type 1 diabetes cannot be prevented, in quotes, okay? You can only prevent the diseases or the conditions that lead to it. But when those conditions have come and the process have started, you can't really prevent it. So prevent cold, prevent mumps, prevent viral infections. It's better for you to go from there. You know, doctors can't even tell who will get it or who will not get it. So no one is actually sure of the causes of type 1 diabetes, but scientists think it has something to do with the genes, okay? And that's why I always tell us, what is your family history? Always know your family history. If your father, your grandfather, your elderly ones are having one kind of disease or the other, you need to be aware of it and you need to watch it from time. You need to watch it to prevent it. There are some people say, hey, my family, we are all fat. So they just leave themselves and you now follow them and be fat. Okay, now. Follow them and be fat. Then you follow them in the line of all the diseases they're having. I have a lady that was telling me that she's having arthritis on her waist, on her knees, here and there. The first question I asked her, madam, please, what's your weight like? She said, hey, you know, I've just been staying at home. I said, look, like for me now, I mean, just if I can just turn this camera to show you my balcony, you will see all the fruits I've gone to get. Vegetables I've gone to get. Some are in the fridge because the fridge is not big enough. I'm not at home and I'm staying for long. I sent them to market yesterday to help me do all my shopping here in Jos. So let me look. I have fresh carrots. I have fresh peas. I have beetroot. I have parsley. I have celery. I have broccoli. I have lettuce, I have onions, of course, I have spring onions. Let me turn this way. I have honey melon, I have watermelon, I have sweet potatoes. Oh my goodness. So I you know, Just is a beautiful place where you have all these things fresh. You get them fresh from those coming from the market. So I'm just going to pack them. I'm not going to be going out. I came to rest. I came for my husband's recording and I came to rest. So I'm at home. I've been indoors yesterday, today. But what have I taken? I've taken steamed vegetables, steamed carrots, with my egg, with my rabbit meat. You know, I'm not taking plenty of carbohydrates. Let me see the carb I've taken, because even all these vegetables have their complex carbs. So I'm getting enough because I'm not doing a lot. Remember, for those of us who need to lose weight, remember the two things you need to note: calorie in and calorie out. That's the secret. I know I'm not doing a lot of activities this week, so I'm not going to take much carbohydrates. I'm going on mainly vegetables, my supplement and my drinks, you know, my algae, my cardio health, my fields of green, and I'm indoors and I'm resting. All right, so that's why maybe my skin is glowing a little more. Just 2 days indoors. Anyway, just getting the genes for diabetes isn't usually enough. You know, in most cases, a child has to be exposed to something else like a virus before that child can get type 1 diabetes. So it's not just a matter of the gene. Yes, if it's running in your gene, then you need to be careful. Remember, that's what I've been trying to explain to us, especially for our children. If you know you're having type 1 diabetes, you need to start early to train your child on how to prevent it. Train your child to stay away from viral infections so that that child will not come up with type 1 diabetes. All right, so type 1 diabetes actually isn't contagious, so kids or teens can't catch it from one another if they are in schools or if they are going out with friends. And then eating too much sugar doesn't actually cause type 1 diabetes, but now in controlling it, you need to watch that. In controlling it, it doesn't cause it, but in controlling it, you need to watch it. Then there's no reliable way to predict who will get type 1 diabetes, but blood tests can find early signs of it. And that's why it's good for us to go for frequent testing, like every 2 years for certain age, every year for certain age, and by the time you become 60-65, every 6 months, you know. So that's the issue about the prevention. All right, so we've looked at the causes, we've looked at prevention, we've looked at what it is. I want us to look at how do you manage type 1 diabetes. How do we manage type 1 diabetes? Hello, IJ Chides, you're welcome. Welcome, Chinenye. We're all welcome to this evening's broadcast. Frank Aeze, thank you for thanking me. Thank you. I always appreciate all the love. I always appreciate all the thumbs up. I'm always happy to have them. And you can drop your questions. You can drop questions from anything I've handled or anything disturbing you. Just drop your questions. If I don't answer you now, I answer you later, okay? So 4 ways, the major 4 ways you can manage type 1 diabetes. Number 1, you must take your insulin as prescribed. Now, if you have type 2 diabetes, you might begin to do trial lock. Let me leave insulin and watch my food. But type 1 diabetes, no, don't do that trial lock. You need to take your insulin. Then number 2, you need to get regular physical exercises. Very, very important. You need to get regular physical exercises. On Saturday, join me. I have my fitness ball. Like I always tell us, I travel with my fitness ball. I have it in my box, you know, and I pump my fitness ball, and I'm going to be doing my exercises with it on Saturday. So join me 9 a.m. on Saturday so we can have some fun. I'll show you some exercises you can do. Then number 3, eat balanced diet. You need to eat balanced diet with accurate carbohydrate count. Now, if you have type 1 diabetes, you need to know how to count your calories. You need to know how to count your carbohydrates. It's very, very important that you know how to count it. And then the 4th way to manage it, you must check your blood sugar level as directed by your doctor. This one, like I said, is not trial lock. You need to do your eat well, take your insulin, do your exercises, make sure you check your blood, your sugar level count, and then make sure you check your carbohydrates. Of course, we know that the major part of the food that we eat is carbohydrate, protein, fats, and you need to take them in recommended doses that can work for you if you have type 1 diabetes. Now, carbohydrates, how do we take carbohydrates for type 1 diabetes patients or also to prevent it? Hello, welcome, Tina Danjuma, you're welcome. Bamidele Joshua, oh, it's Bamidele's first time. Let's welcome Bamidele. Bamidele Joshua is his first time of being with us in Aging with Grace business page. Let's kindly welcome him to this page. Aging with Grace business page is a page where we teach you how to stay healthy, how to reduce your aging process, how to stay away from the hospital using natural things you can find around you. So you're welcome, Bamidele. Carbohydrates are the primary food category that raises blood sugar. Carbohydrates. Thank you, Ify, for the clap, and I hope you're clapping also for Bamidele to welcome him. You know, carbohydrates can be classified as simple sugars or complex carbohydrates. You always hear me mention complex carb. All through that I'm talking, anytime I'm talking about food, I always talk about complex carb. Now, complex carbohydrates are in their whole food form, and that includes nutrients like fiber, vitamins, and smaller amounts of protein and fats. That's how you have complex carbohydrates. Is always food in their whole form, okay? Having fiber, having vitamins, having small amounts of protein and fat. So these additional nutrients slow down the absorption of the glucose and keep your blood sugar more stable, okay? That's what it does, and that's what complex carbs are for you. Hello, Feitola Adebisi. I love you too with the love of Christ. Thank you. I love you too with the love of Christ. So examples of complex carbohydrates, we need to know this so that we will know what to take, okay? Brown rice, not white rice. White rice is simple carb. Brown rice is complex carb. Why? Because it has fibers. It has more protein in them because some fibers contain protein, okay? Then whole wheat. the whole wheat with the fiber, everything, the chaff. Then also oatmeal, okay? Still cut oatmeal. They are complex carb. Vegetables, all forms of vegetables contain complex carb. Like I told us, I'm going on mainly vegetables. I'm going on mainly vegetables because I'm at home and I'm not going out much. So vegetables, fruits, many fruits have complex carb. Beans, very, very good, and it has complex carb. And then lentils also are complex carb. Hello Florence Afolabi, you're welcome to this evening's broadcast. Now we have the simple carbohydrates. Remember what I told you, that one goes straight into the stream. It doesn't have the fiber and the protein to help reduce the processing, you know, speed. Now we have simple carbohydrates are easily recognized as white food, okay? White food. Anytime you see white, I can remember one prof, I was studying his book at a time. He tells you that once you see white, you run away. That time he will say white sugar, white salt, white flour. You know, he was just mentioning a lot of flour, but that's the truth. Sugar takes, like I told us, throw away sugar. You don't need sugar. There are other good means you can get your food nice and sweet without sugar. Pasta is another simple carb. White bread. I'm sure, I hope all the fans in Aging with Grace that we are not the white bread people. Yes, I get bread from my husband. I have whole wheat, non-sugar bread here for him. He loves bread. I don't. I can stay a whole year without eating bread, you know. But many times when we travel abroad, we can't help but take bread. But I now go for the good one. If I can't find, I bake them myself, okay? Flour. All these white flour they sell, please don't take them. They are simple carbohydrate. Cookies. Remember I showed you how to do healthy cookies 2 weeks ago. You can go down my page and watch it. I showed you how you can use oatmeal, how you can use sorghum, how you can use your granola, how you can use your fruit and fiber to make your cookies, okay? Pastries are bad. White potatoes are also not good because they have simple carbs. They are simple carbs, okay? So what are some of the fats that are good for let's talk about fats for type 1 diabetic patients now, or type 1 diabetic men, okay? Oh, Faithola, I'm doing a great job. The Lord bless me. Amen, amen, amen. Thank you. You're really blessed watching my videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so fats have little direct effect on your blood sugar. However, as part of your meal, they are very useful in slowing down the absorption of the carbohydrates. That's why you need fats in your food. And remember, I've done for us the good fats. That's the good oil you need to eat with and cook with. Go down my page and just put, I think I put them healthy oils. You will find that. So fats also have effects on your health that are not related to blood sugar. Remember, if you take trans fats, saturated fats, they can cause cardiovascular issues for you, so you need to stay away from them. Animal fats, you know, increase the risk of cardiovascular diseases, like I said. So, and then dairy, and specifically fermented dairy, such as yogurt, appears to decrease the risk for it. So that's why going on fermented dairy, going on yogurt is okay for you. And then most importantly, fat-based fats. They are very, very good, like olive oil, avocado oil, nut oil, you know, they are all very, very good fats that you can use. Like I tell us, I have only olive oil, canola oil, avocado oil in my kitchen, flaxseed oil. Those are what I cook with. I don't go on all these other vegetable oil that you can find. So fat also contributes to feeling full. That feeling full, being satiated, fat also contributes, and they can also play a major role in managing your overeating and carbohydrate craving. So if you don't add fat, some people say, oh no, I won't cook with oil at all. No, you need to cook with oil, but cook with healthy oil so that they can help curb cravings for you, and they can also help and they can also help you to feel full easier and faster. Now that I mentioned craving, I want to show you one of the secrets of my removing cravings from my life. Like I told us, there was a time I used to crave a lot for carbohydrates. I can just wake up in the morning and I will chew garri that fill the whole bowl because I was having carbohydrate cravings, and then I will just go and boil yam. That's what I will eat. Raw yam like this, I boil it, eat it, you know. I can just even chew the whole thing without having any sauce with it. What helped me to remove craving is Garcinia. I still have it with me because it's something I don't joke with. Garcinia helped me a lot. Garcinia Cambodia, it helps you to burn fat. It helps you to remove any form of craving. If you're having craving for silly things, Garcinia Cambodia will help you to actually remove all those cravings, you know. So that's it. So you need your fat. You need your fat, you know. Then let's talk about protein. Protein provides slow, steady energy for relatively little, you know, and then with relatively little effect on your blood sugar. Protein also provides the body with steady energy and also helps the body to heal and to repair. Of course, primary school children will tell you that. So let's look at the healthiest protein for type 1 diabetic patients or for preventing type 1 diabetes. You know, the healthiest protein are plant-based protein. Any day, anytime. Healthiest protein are plant-based protein. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate your Deji Chinyere. Thank you for the thumbs up. Big bye. I don't know how do they spell Otoki anyway. Thank you, Lukani, Otoki Stella Udo. Thank you. Chinenye. I don't know what you're asking the price for because I've shown us Garcinia Cambodia that helps you remove craving, and I've also shown you your Absorbency and Immune Blend that can help remove infection like flu and cold. Okay, but I'm going to put my number on the screen. You can chat me on WhatsApp and then I'll be able to tell you. I tell a lot of people I really don't have time to go and read Messenger again, so just chat me on WhatsApp. If you don't have WhatsApp, send me an SMS. It's easier for me to get there. So I'm putting my number on the screen for you. +234 703 515 1642. +234 703 515 1642. So I've put my number on the screen. You can take my number and chat me. So we are looking at the healthy proteins, okay? And we said that they are plant-based protein like beans. Beans has carbohydrates, complex carbohydrates. It has protein, okay? And the lentils, nuts, and nut butters are very, very good protein. Like today, I took garden egg with ground nuts, okay? So you can make peanut butter, you can make almond nut butter, you can even make cashew nut butter. They are very, very good. And then seeds, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, they are very, very good. Pears, okay, are very good. Avocado pear, Igbo pear. I even saw one very tiny one we used to have in the East here in Jos. So I also asked them to get them for me. I really enjoyed it. Then soya foods are very, very healthy. The soya foods are very healthy. They have good proteins in them. Lean animal sources of protein also can be consumed a few times a week, okay? Not frequently and not in large quantity like fish. Like I tell us, salmon fish, mackerel fish, they are good. Seafood, chicken, turkey, if you remove the skin, and yogurt, like I told us, very, very good. Other good protein would include, like I've already told us before, eggs. You can have some eggs. You can have your soya. You can use your soya beans to make a lot of milk. You can use it to make your milk. Like I have a soya light ultra milk. That's what I travel everywhere. I did my smoothie this morning with my light ultra milk. I'm not taking my meal. Once I close from here, I'm going to have my meal. And guess what my meal is? Tin potato, celery, broccoli, and with sweet potatoes. And then I'm going to be having skinned chicken with it. That's my dinner. All right, and very small potatoes because like I told us, I'll get my carb from the carrots and the rest. But in the morning, I had my smoothie. What did I put in my smoothie this morning? Let me see those who can guess what I put in my smoothie this morning. Let me get a gift for you. Okay, I did. Let me check what I put in my smoothie. This is one of it. Okay, now I'm giving you a bonus. So at least everybody can get one. Light Ultra was in my smoothie this morning. Then I had, and then I had, I had 2, 3, 4. Then I had 4 other fruits in it. So who want to guess? I'm in Jos. I'm giving you secret now. I'm in Jos. They have a lot of fruits in Jos, okay? So I'm giving you secret for 1. If you can get 3 more, I used 5 for. If you can get 3 more, I'm going to give you a gift, okay? I used 4 fruits. Did I put any vegetable? No, I didn't put vegetable today. Okay, I had 4 groups, different groups of fruits, and then my light ultra. So let's have our guess. Let me see who we get it today. 3 more, 3 more, 3 more. So I had my smoothie this morning, and then I took it with 2 eggs, 2 boiled eggs. And then when I got hungry later in the day, I took garden egg and peanut butter. And this evening I'm going to be taking, I've told you what my dinner is, okay? All right, so you need all these organic foods and vegetables to keep you going. On skinned turkey, skinned chicken, please. The proteins to avoid if you're having type 1 diabetes are any protein that can have the increased risk of increasing your inflammation and or cardiovascular risk, such as red meat. Avoid red meat. Avoid ultra pasteurized non-organic milk, okay? Avoid cheese and avoid animal milk, animal dairies. Avoid them. They are not good for you if you have type 1 diabetes. Are we guessing? Oh, somebody said carrot, sweet potato, garlic, and ginger. IJ Chidex. I already gave you a clue now, and I said I didn't put vegetable. Sweet potato is vegetable now. Carrot is a kind of vegetable. Garlic is like a spice and roots. I didn't put garlic, even though I had garlic, I forgot to. Tomorrow I'm going to have my turmeric, garlic, ginger. I want to go on roots tomorrow. My smoothie tomorrow will be roots. I'm going to go on beetroot, carrot, turmeric, ginger, and then I'm going to use, I'm not going to call some of those things. Let's do our guess. Akizwa say, I guess apple and plum. In Jos? No. Let me see who we get it today. All right, anyway, diabetes diets are super foods, okay? Fiber is one of the super foods you must take. If you're diabetic, if you're overweight or obese, you need fiber. If you can't get enough fiber from the daily food you take, then get fiber supplements, please. It's very, very important for diabetic patients. If you can't get enough fiber from your food, then you need to get fiber supplements. I have what we call Forever Fiber. A stick of it once a day can help increase your fiber intake by 25%, and you need about 35% of fiber. So fiber is a superfood because it actually brings down your glycemic load of any meal you're taking, and then increases your feeling full, your level of satiation, and then also stabilizes your blood sugar. So fiber is very, very important. The secret go on fiber food. Like, that's why I said when I'm doing my cookies, I use fruit and fiber, because they have a lot of fiber in them. And then good sources of fiber include berries, flax, chai, oats, apples, pears, lentils, peas. They are all good sources of fiber. And then the second thing that you need also in your diet is your fish with omega-3 fatty acid. It's very, very important. They are type 1 diabetes superfood, okay? Because they are a great source of anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids. An example are mackerel, salmon. Of course, you know, anytime I'm cooking, I'm doing my cooking time, you always see me cooking with salmon or cooking with mackerel, okay? Or tuna and those other ones. That's what I always use for them. So the superfood you need if you're having type 1 diabetes, number one, you need your fiber, you need your omega-3 fatty acid, and if you can't get them, please take the supplements of omega-3, like our Active C. Anybody having diabetes, type 1 diabetes, you need Active C. You need to add Active C to your meal. What I say, what of type 2 diabetes? I've already talked on type 2 diabetes for like 3 weeks. Yeah. I have OBAZ. So go on my page, Aging with Grace, and just put type 2 diabetes. You're going to see a lot of videos I've done and a lot of teachings I've done on type 2 diabetes, okay? Chineye said cucumber and tomatoes. Chineye, it was cucumber I took yesterday. I didn't take cucumber today. Chineye said that's why I'm looking younger. Yes, so fruits and vegetables will help reduce your aging process, especially if you take them in their natural form, okay? And that's why I recommend Light Ultra to people. This helps me take my vegetables in natural form. I take ugu, natural form. Everything natural. Just blend them in my blender or in my juicer or in my smoothie maker, and I add 1 scoop of Light Ultra, and I can drink anything. Broccoli, I can drink it once I put my Light Ultra. Tell me all those bitter things. Bitter leaf, I can drink it. Ephiri, scent leaf, ugu, all of them I can drink them once I put my Light Ultra. They makes it very, very easy for you. And then this Light Ultra is not just a matter of making it easy for you, it's a superfood also. It has let me see, a full 100% of the daily value of the vitamins and nutrients shown in the that you need. It has 18 important amino acids, including essential and non-essential, and the branch chain amino acid. They are all here, so it's a full supply, a food that it can make you stay away from milk, actually. Dairy milk and the rest, and we actually use it for weight loss and weight gain. If you want to know how we do it, chat me on my WhatsApp and I'll tell you. It's adaptogenic. It's a fantastic milk, very, very good. All right, so some other diabetic superfoods. Remember, I'm looking at like 9 superfoods for type 1 diabetic patients. I said the first one is fiber, the second one is omega-3 fatty acid, vinegar is number 3, cinnamon is very good. Like my cookie, any cookie I'm making, I put my cinnamon, okay? Berries, very, very good. Fresh vegetables, superfood, and some kind of fruits, olive oil, and nuts. They are all superfood for type 1 diabetes. Let me see how many people have guessed. Lemon, no, I didn't even buy lemon, no. I don't know about coffee creamer because they have several ones. I'm trying to answer Blessing's question. They have several ones in the market. Remember what I always tell us, read your labels, okay? Read your labels, and if you're not sure, stay away from them. Read your labels. So if you get the creamer, read your labels and see what it is. Light Ultra, I have Light Ultra. I sell Light Ultra. I can get it for you anywhere in the world, okay? I sell Light Ultra. They are very, very good. They are soya milk based, and they have all this content that I've told you. Okay, now I told you some fruits are very good for you. So let's look at the healthiest fruits for people with diabetes, type 1 or type 2 diabetes. All fruits have vitamins. All fruits have phytochemicals and other things that make them good for you, okay? But some of them are more likely to lower your chances of chronic diseases. Like blackberries, very, very good. Strawberries, very, very good for those, that can easily find them. Tomatoes, very good. Oranges are also very good for certain people. Remember that I said if you're having ulcer or acid reflux, oranges can be acidic. They are not good for you, but generally oranges are very good if you're not having some of these ailments. Then you have the low glycemic index fruits. The low glycemic index fruits, the fiber in those fresh fruits will keep most of them low. So the more fiber you have in a fruit, the better the fruit is for you, because that means they are low glycemic index fruits, okay? Like you have your fruits and vegetables. Carrots, of course, they are very, very good. Then apples, oranges, bananas, mangoes, dates, pears, they are also low glycemic index fruits that you can have. But we also have some fruits that are high glycemic index. We also need to look at those ones and stay off them if you're having diabetes. Pineapple is number 1. Don't take pineapples if you're having type 1 diabetes, okay? Try to stay away from pineapple. They are very, very high in glycemic. They have 70 or higher, you know. And then watermelon also is not the best for anybody who is diabetic. You can have a little of it, but pineapple, stay away from it. All right, are we still guessing my they are not guessing my smoothies? Okay, let me tell you what my smoothies are this morning. The first thing I added was honey melon. I put honey melon, and then I put a little bit of watermelon, and then I now added blueberries. Yes, I saw blueberries in Jos. I then put blueberries, and then I put banana. Those are the 4 fruits that I put in my smoothie with my light ultra. So it was very succulent. I really enjoyed myself. But tomorrow I'm going on routes, like I told us, and I look forward to having my cucumber. I still have my cucumber, adding it in my watermelon. So I will take our questions now. It's almost 6 o'clock and we need to go. Stella, what are you asking? What can one use as sweetener for pap and oats? Okay, very good questions. What are some of the sweeteners you can use for pap and oats? Very good. Number 1, you can take coconut, grated coconut. When I'm taking my oats, I take my oats with coconut. They buy coconut for me, they will break it. I love chewing a lot. Unlike my husband, his own I will grate it for him and put in the oats, but my own I will chew and take it. So they are good. Raisins are good, not in high quantity, okay? Raisins, berries, and dried fruits. You can dry any fruits. All these fruits that I mentioned to us today, you can dry. You can have your bananas dried the way you dry plantain. You can dry your bananas. You can dry your mangoes. Dates are very good. You can have your dates, especially, you know, they sell dates now. You can use your dates. As I'm answering Stella's question, sweeteners you can use for your pap and oats, okay? You can use your dates, you can use your dried banana or fresh banana. If you put it, it will be sweet. Coconut for you. You can put your apples, you can have your oats and then cutting your apples into it. So those are some of the things you can use. Too much fruit, sweet fruits are not good. Yes, Ify, I've already told us to take even the dried fruits. Too much fruits are not good for diabetes, not even only type 1. You need to watch it. Vegetables are better for you and nuts are better for you. So take your nuts with your oats and pap, and remember what I told you. If you're making pap, please don't sieve out the chaff. And I showed you how you can do moi moi using this whole skin, adding sorghum and using the whole skin and doing lovely moi moi. I'm already missing it. Once I get home, it's one of the things I always take, okay? So you can have your pap with the whole chaff inside it, and then you now use nuts. You can use your dates, you can use your groundnuts, you can use your cashew nuts, you can use your basil nuts to take all those oats, okay? My shop in US, I can give you the link. Akezwa, chat me on my WhatsApp and I'll give you the link to my shop in US, okay? You can easily buy. And then I'm going to give you with 15% discount. So I'm doing 15% discount for anyone who is buying any product today. 15% discount for you. All right. Good evening, Shodipo. Feyitola is asking a question. When are you coming to the States this year? We need to do something. All right, don't worry. I will tell you. I don't know if it's this year, but I'll tell you when I'm coming next, okay? But we can actually do anything we need. You know, Zoom has made it so easy for one now, okay? So Feyitola, you can chat me. Let me know what you want us to do and we'll work around it, okay? Yes, so, you know, I have a goal. Like I tell us, always have your health goal. Monthly, yearly, 5 years, 10 years, okay? I have my 20 years goal. I told myself by the time I'm 70, I want to be looking younger than I'm looking now. And that's what I'm working towards. So I'm getting younger and younger. Yes, Chinyere, that's why I'm looking younger every day. Yes. Nuts, vegetables are preferably iffy. They're actually preferably for people with diabetes. They are preferred. And that's why I said if you're taking your fruits very small, note your carbohydrate, note your sugar level, so you reduce some of these fruits that I have mentioned. Go on vegetables, carrots, cucumber. They are very good for you. Celery, parsley, If you, for those of you out there, broccoli, they are very good for you. You can have these as smoothies also. Spinach, you know, gather all your vegetables. Many times I gather all my vegetables around and still have it. I wasn't just in the mood of doing a lot of wash up today. That's why I had my fruits today. So we don't need to peel beans. No, don't peel beans for moi moi at this age, please. Otoki, please don't peel beans. Go and watch my video. Watch that video where I cooked. I think it was 2 weeks ago, on Thursday, 2 weeks ago, I think. But you can also put foods for diabetes. Or you put practical cooking. I think that's what I put on it. Practical cooking. So it will show you. Don't peel your beans. Do your beans. Just wash it very well. Blend it with the skin. When you want to do your pap, don't sieve it out. Eat it with the fiber. They are very, very good for you, okay? All right. I think we have just 3 minutes. I'll just give us 3 minutes to ask all our questions. Nobody want my gift for today. And then we call it again a day. And as I'm waiting for you, I want to briefly run through what we did today. Today, we looked at type 1 diabetes. And then we looked at what they are. I told you that type 1 diabetes are, you know, called sometimes juvenile diabetes, and it is a chronic autoimmune condition where your pancreas produces very little insulin or no insulin at all. And of course, I told us again that insulin is the hormone that helps your body to convert glucose in your bloodstream into fuel, okay, your bloodstream into fuel. And then I also looked at 4 facts that you need to know. Fast fact about diabetes. I said, number 1, it affects just like about 9% of the people, total number of people who have diabetes all over the world, and that usually for children is not noticed until they are in emergency ward, when they begin to have some of those severe symptoms before it will be noticed. And then I said it could be triggered by any virus. Even common cold can trigger type 1 diabetes. And then that you must use insulin. Please don't forget that you must use insulin. We also looked at causes of type 1 diabetes. We also looked at symptoms of type 1 diabetes today. And we also looked at the prevention measures for type 1 diabetes. We also look at how you can manage type 1 diabetes. You can go and watch the replay if you're just joining us. And then we looked at the classes of food to take and their types. We looked at carbohydrates. We looked at protein. We looked at fats. And then we looked at your fiber. Then we looked at protein. And then we looked at the superfoods. I told you about 9 superfoods that are, and then I now discussed your fruits. And of course, remember, go more on vegetables than fruits, but you can still take the fruits that are low in glycemic index. Okay, all right. Faitola said, I want to buy the things you put in smoothie. How much and how can I send the money to you and get it across? I'll give you the link if you're in US, okay, Faitola? I'll give you my link for my US online shop. I have a US online shop. I have a UK online shop. I have online shop in some of the nations. And where I don't have online shop, I have our centers are there, and you can just give them the number I give you, and you can buy. So just chat me on WhatsApp so that you'll be able to buy. Thank you, Jane Destiny. God bless you also. So Faitola, please chat me. I'm putting my number again on the screen for you as we end the broadcast today. +234 703 515 1642. +234 703 515 1642. So that's my number on the screen. Chat me and I will tell you what to do. So Alice, my number is just under your own comments, so you can copy it. I love you all. It's 6 o'clock. Thank you for joining me today. Bye. Make sure you live well, stay motivated. Don't allow yourself to go down, because it's not only just what you eat that makes you unhealthy. What is eating you can also make you unhealthy. So make sure you don't allow stress to eat you up, envy, jealousy, worry to eat you up. Stay motivated. Love you all. Bye.